Hello again. 9 years in China. Welcome back. Hope you're enjoying my little short stories, all my goings on. Today I thought we'd talk about as time was coming to a close in Fuyang. I knew by the spring that the school was wanting to hire a couple to teach. Kind of two for the price of one. I never figured out that whole deal because it didn't go very well for them after I left Fuyang. But in those ending days in Fuyang, things are always full tilt boogie in Fuyang. There's so many activities, places to go, things to do, always, and time goes very, very fast. Between classes and testing and English corners. Remember, I had I had 22 classes a week, 3 English corners, students always at my house. My mouth was never stopping. And I got kind of like a little bit like I am today. I got really hoarse, and I got the very last few weeks when I was in Fuyang, I couldn't hardly talk at all. Just class to it, And it's just because I spent here we got a whole year, and I never shut up from the time my feet got off the plane, until I went to the next city. That's always English, and people are trying to get your time, and we got more Fuyang stories that will be coming, but we're going to slide into my next city here within the next couple videos. But those last days in Fuyang, like I said, me and the students, we were cooking and going out and eating. They all knew I was going to leave. And it was some great memories. By that time, my classes were, we were all kind of nuts, because I wanted my classes to be loose and not restrictive like Chinese classes. I did not want to be the slam my foot down on the floor, authoritarian type teacher. I want to be their friend. I want them to speak freely as much as they could in whatever activity we had. And I tried to instill that in all my students that become teachers, even though they'd be teaching Chinese students. I want them to understand that if you get your class to buy what you're selling and speak freely, you get a lot more out of class. And my colleagues that became teachers in China, I also told the same things. But anyhow, me and the students were always spending lots of time together and doing lots of things, playing music, going to English corners, all just ridiculous stuff. Go shopping, there's always shopping to do, and whether it's for me or if it was for them, and I always seemed like I got to tag along because I didn't want to ever sit home. And the whole time I was in China, I hated being at home. But usually, always, if I was home, there's always somebody there to talk to. It's just too much to see and do. When you're in a whole different world like that, your eyes wide open all the time. And so anyhow, as we got all the testing done and things, and the days were being numbered quickly, my students really got into everything that we did, and I could ask them mood music again. It was just wonderful. Students that never talked much early in the year, they were talking to me. They wanted to come see me, whatever. We had formed a big, gigantic family of sorts, and they did not want to see me go. But I said, that's not up to me. I'm happy here. I'm happy being around you. But my school had different ideas, and that's okay. But anyhow, at the end of this video, I got a lot of shots from these last days in Fuyang, and you'll get to see my students, how they interacted with me, and I hope you enjoy seeing this. I want you to compare this to an American college, and at the end of your sophomore or freshman year, how did you relate to your teacher? And in China, it's so different, and you'll get to see that idea will be planted in your head very strongly after you see some of the photos. And I remember in the last day, the very, very last day, as we're waiting on people to come get me, to take me to the train station, my students were all at the house, waiting with me and telling me goodbye, and some of them were crying. Of course I was too. And I remember a little Valley, one of the girls I did a video on, I had to take her into another room. She was really, really upset. And I just sat her down and we talked for a long time, and she was okay. But like I said, those students of mine were family. And I knew some of them I would see again because my next city wasn't that far away anyhow, so they would come see me there. But I knew also, just like any other year of school, I knew there would be students I would never see again, maybe never even talk to on the messenger, and that's just life. And every year it's like that. That's probably the hardest thing to being a teacher is saying goodbye. But remember, you're helping your children grow up so they can go out and face life. So that's the job of a teacher. A college teacher. I'm not trying to teach them 2 + 2 = 4. I'm working on their communication skills and English so they'll be a good teacher. Trying to give them some value that they can relate to. My job was very, very important to their growth. But anyhow, I got a few pictures I'll share from those last days that make you really, really think about the relationship in China with the teachers, the foreign teachers especially, obviously, and how we all got along. But I'm very, very lucky. I still talk to some of those students almost weekly. Well, some of them I do talk weekly. So 10 years later, we're still communicating. When was the last time you talked to your college teacher? So think about that. But don't forget, enjoy videos, subscribe, and have a great day. Okay? See you later. Bye-bye.